strength, progress,
community,
resilience,
reproductive rights,
determination,
respect,
opportunity,
women's
compassion,
rights,
dignity,
leadership,
responsibility,
sex education,
LGBTQ rights,
purpose,
equal rights,
determination,
commitment,
care.
In 1916, 10 women united around the shared belief that birth control should be legal and accessible. Their radical thinking launched a century-long movement to bring reproductive health care to individuals all across the Rocky Mountain region. 100 years later, Planned Parenthood of the Rocky Mountains has grown to serve Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, and Nevada. Every year, patients travel from across the West to PPRM's 29 health centers to receive care that might otherwise be inaccessible or even illegal in their home states. We have faced the unique challenges that come from providing reproductive health care in an often unpredictable political climate. We remain resilient, ever evolving with the needs of our patients and community. Much like folding paper, healing is a process, a journey, an exercise in patience and focus. In the face of hardship, we choose hope.
Talking about birth control and abortion wasn't even considered in those days. It may have been practiced, but it wasn't considered. And it wasn't quite nice, and you didn't discuss it much in mixed company. That's how prudish things used to be.
In the mid-50s, it was very difficult in hospitals, for instance, to get any family planning advice, counseling, or whatever. When you think about it, sex was in the back room. Sex was in books that had brown wrappers on them. I'm surprised the word sex even showed up in the dictionary, some places.
And then along came the pill, and that was a revolution. And that's the most emancipating thing for women that I can possibly think of. We've come a long way.
For the last 100 years, we've expanded access to reproductive care. We proudly provide affordable birth control, cancer screenings, STI testing, annual exams, abortions, and so much more to millions of individuals.
Planned Parenthood for the last 100 years has been earning its reputation as the experts in sexual and reproductive health. Planned Parenthood has taken great strides in making sure that when people come to get care at a Planned Parenthood health center, they're not going to be judged and they're not going to be treated differently because of who they may have sex with.
I first came to Planned Parenthood when I was 17. I had always practiced safe sex, but there was a condom that broke, and for a moment I felt like my entire world and my future had just disappeared in front of me. I didn't have anywhere else to go. So I was able to actually go to Planned Parenthood and get the help that I needed. And they were actually able to help me take control and to understand what was most important in my life. I wouldn't be where I am today without Planned Parenthood.
On the dawn of our second century, we're reinvigorated and ready to move forward with our mission. We've made so much progress, but to this day, not everyone has equal access to reproductive health care. Every year, politicians introduce restrictive legislation intent on blocking access. Moving into our next 100 years, we hope to use a more inclusive lens to truly advocate for all individuals and their right to reproductive health care.
Planned Parenthood has been around for 100 years for a reason, 100 years of people trying to close us down. And we've learned how very well to protect what we're doing and to protect the people that need our services.
I think that even though Planned Parenthood of the Rocky Mountains is involved in a lot of struggles right now, I see so much hope for where the next 100 years is going to take us. We as an organization have learned that putting our patients and their stories first and allowing members of our community to be on the front lines of our advocacy work will propel Planned Parenthood of the Rocky Mountains so far, so fast, and will allow us to humanize the controversy that comes around the services we provide. And that will allow us to win not only in the struggles we're facing now, but so many more of what's to come.
You can't defeat progress in this world. It's changing. It's going to change. You may not like all of it, but you better learn to live with it. I just think you have to stand up for your beliefs and not back down. And you'd be surprised it really isn't that scary after you get used to it.
We vow to grow, innovate, and listen. We promise to provide a safe space for people of all genders and sexualities to get the services they need. Reproductive rights are human rights. No act of hatred can overpower the strength and dedication of this community. Your unwavering commitment has gotten us to where we are today. Thank you for your generous support and for standing with us for our next 100 years.
No importa qué, siempre cuídate. Escucha las voces, no estamos solos. We're just getting started. Listen to your heart